Okay, today, if you have not already put your clarinet all the way together, go ahead and do that. Pause the video. Double check if you do have it together that your keys are in line in the front, that your bridge key, there it is, that your bridge key is in line with each other, and that your reed is in line with the back. Okay? All right. We're going to show you how to put your fingers on the keys today. Doesn't matter if you're left or right-handed, everybody does the same because of how the keys are set up. So yesterday, or the last video, I said grip your clarinet with your left hand. It's because your left hand goes on top, even if you're right-handed. So here we go. On the back of your clarinet, your thumb is going to operate the hole back here, and it's going to go at an angle, not like this, but at an angle, okay, going up. And remember that you and I, you're looking kind of at a mirror with this. When you flip your clarinet around, my thumb is in place. I'm just going to go ahead and press it on the back. There are 3 holes on the front here. Okay, all this stuff, we don't use any of this right now. There's a hole with a silver ring around it, a hole, or this isn't a hole, I'm sorry, a solid silver, another silver ring, and then an open hole. Well, I'm going to do my first finger on the first silver hole. I'm going to skip over this one. That's not a key we press with our fingers. We go down to here to the hole with the silver, and then the third hole is just, it's hard to see with this lighting, but there is that third hole there. So now I've got my first finger, my second finger, and my third finger pressed into the holes. And do you notice that I've got my fingers kind of across the key, not down into them? I need to be able to seal my finger entirely over. You don't see a bit of that silver, do you? Okay, you've got just that finger sealing. Now, if you have really narrow fingers, you will have to work harder than everybody else at this. That's just how it is. Your fingers will not cover quite as easily, but it can be done. I've had students that have done it and have, not believed me before, but they always come around. They believe me eventually. So get those fingers nice and sealed. Right now I'm pressing kind of hard just to get the feel of where they are. If you press really hard, you'll notice that you've got circles on your fingers. Okay. My circles go all the way around because I am sealing the holes correctly. This one's off to the side a little bit, but it's still all the way around. And then my thumb. Okay. All right, so that's the left hand. Now we're going to go down to the right hand. On my right hand, my thumb is going to go under this thumb rest. Mine looks a little bit weird. I've had mine modified a little bit. So my thumb goes under the thumb rest. It does not creep out over here. Right there, okay? Keep it tucked under, because if you put it here, then it's going to be hard to grab your keys around the front. So slide it all the way over. And you can use pencil grips and cut them to put on the thumb rest. Way, way more comfortable. I might have some every year. It's kind of, I never know if I'm going to find enough for everybody, but we can add that to your thumb rest, and trust me, it is way, way, way more comfortable. You can also buy them at the music store, but pencil grips, and if I've got them, they're free. Okay, so, sorry. Here we are. We've got the thumb rest. Turn it around, and hey, look, 3 more holes. Okay, hole number 1 with the silver, hole number 2, hole number 3. My pinky, I didn't mention that for the left hand, my pinky is just hanging out above these keys, okay? Not tucked back, but hanging out above these keys. You won't be using them for a while, but don't let your pinky get lazy and not know what to do later, okay? So notice that the angle of my hand is not like this. It's not really low. It's mostly straight across. It's a little hard to hold up my clarinet in the video here, but it's mostly straight across. And when you get that, you're going to have a much better chance of sealing that entire hole. Now I'm going to grip kind of hard again. See if I can get those holes to show up for you. All right. So again, We've got solid holes, solid circles all the way around, indicating that my fingers were indeed sealing. We aren't going to use these keys for our first song, but I need you to do something for me. Instead of just letting this hand like grab the bottom of the clarinet, get your fingers used to just hanging out here, just relaxing, okay, just above the keys. And that means that later on it'll be so much easier to use them. If you tuck your hand back or do this, you're going to be behind everybody else. It will take you a little bit more effort to do the other part. So try it right now, just get your hand used to just hanging out there. So I'm going to show you on the left hand the first note. And I skipped over something. I want to make sure I get this in here. When I tell you how to play a note, I'm going to indicate your left hand or your right hand, and then I'm going to use numbers or thumb. So left thumb, obviously there's only one thumb that you play, the other one just supports the instrument. Left thumb will mean this, so you'll press this left thumb key. Remember, it's at an angle. If I say left 1, there it is, 1, left 2, left 3. Okay? So if I just say, hey, look on your left hand, 1, 2, 3, I mean 1, 2, 3. Okay? Remember, this key we don't press. I don't call that by any number because you're not using that one. On the right hand, since we don't have a thumb key, this will also be 1, 2, 3, but it will be your right hand instead of your left hand. And like I said, we're not going to be using right hand keys for right now, so I'll be talking about your left hand. Back to your left hand. First note, thumb, left thumb across the back, first finger, and nothing else. So I'm going to support my clarinet down on the bottom. I'm going to bring it back to my face. What does my mouth do? Do you remember? So I got my teeth. Remember, thumb and first finger, in case you forgot. This is the note E, as in elephant, E. Teeth. Okay? Remember our t, t. And we're going to play the note. Does your sound match mine? Try it. Okay, I'm going to play it again. Okay, try yours. All right. Now the next couple of notes are pretty easy for you. It's kind of nice. For the flutes, it's going to be a little difficult. You'll need to be a little patient with them. But your first couple notes are fairly simple. So we just played the note E, and I'm going to go backwards down the alphabet, A, B, C, D, E. So I'm going to go down to D. The sound is going to go down, and I'm going to add my second finger. Not here, here. Okay? So my thumb is still on the back. My right hand is still in position. So I've got thumb, 1, 2 on my left hand. I'm going to make the same face. I'm going to blow with the t. Try that. Did we make the same sound? Check it. I'm going to play it and hold it this time. Try that. Okay. Hopefully that's going well. We're going to add another finger, which will bring us down one more note. So we're on D. Remember, this is E, this is D, and now we're going to go backwards down the alphabet to C. Right there. C is where people start pulling their fingers off the keys a little bit. Oh, I gotta move my fingers. You've got some space in here. You've got to put some space in between your fingers. So C needs to be nice and sealed. And you know what? Usually what happens is people kind of grip the clarinet and they end up hitting this right here. You're going to see in a moment. I'm going to try to remember to demonstrate that. So you want to make sure your hand is nice and round, not hitting that key. It's hard for me to show that. Okay, so here's C, mouth. Try that. Okay, now try something else. While you're playing that note, accidentally on purpose, lean on this key. Listen to what happens. As soon as I lean on that key, the note doesn't come out anymore, and I say, Mrs. Schmidt, my clarinet's broken. But it's not really broken, it's just that you're leaning against that key. Okay, so get your grip, open it up so that you're not leaning against that key. I do call that the lean key later when you learn it. All right, so these three fingers are C. So you've got an E, a D, and a C. And the whole time, your thumb stays on the back. Your thumb doesn't move. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the pattern for hot cross buns. Pretty simple. You'll be able to play this whole song very shortly. So the pattern is going to go like this. I'm going to play E, and then D, and then C. Okay, I'm going to play that right now. Okay, try that pattern. So you've got E, D, C. Okay, you're going to play that pattern again. Go ahead. Just in case you forgot. Okay, now I'm going to play 4 C's using my T very, very carefully here. I'm going to play 4 in a row. Try that. Now I'm going to go to D. I'm going to lift a finger up. I'm going to do 4 D's in a row. Same thing. Try that. And then I'm going to finish with the same pattern that I started. E, D, C. Go ahead and give that a shot. Okay, so if you can remember that pattern, you can write it down. I'll probably have it written down for you very shortly, if not today. So that's your pattern for hot cross buns, and that's going to be the very first song that we play as a group. So practice hot cross buns until you are very comfortable with it, and then we'll get moving as a class into other things. All right, make sure you show your parents what you can do. Okay, show them how quickly you learned this and how quick you can actually play a song. It's kind of cool. All right, see you next time.